What's up, fitness family? Welcome back to Flag Fit University. It's your girl Jazz here with you with your fitness education. So today we are talking about how expensive is prep? How much does it cost to actually go through a prep and get on stage? Because I feel like a lot of people are not talking about this. People want to do this sport, they get into it and they find that, OMG, I'm spending so much more money than I anticipated. And that's a real thing, right? This is not a sport where you get into it and anybody and everybody can just do it. It's a couple $100s. It's really not. It's a very expensive sport. And if you are not prepared for that, you are going to have a rude awakening. So here I am, just letting everybody know how much it costs, right? I'm going to give you like roundabout numbers because obviously, depending on the route you take, it could be more or it could be less. So we're going to give a nice little range and then we are going to add it up at the end. Okay, so let's pretend like you're only doing one show, which most people maybe do one, two, or even three shows, right? But let's say you're doing one show and the show is local. So you don't even have travel fees. You don't have to pay for gas to drive anywhere. You don't have to take a bus anywhere or a train. And you definitely do not have to fly anywhere, which means you'll also need a hotel, right? Those fees add up as well. But let's pretend like you chose a show that is in your area because you can very likely do that. There's shows everywhere. And let's say you're in New York, like me, you can choose a show that is in New York, that is upstate, that is in Jersey, something real local that you can just go to it the day of the show and it doesn't cost you that much. Okay, so this scenario is going to be for you doing only one show. So, first of all, we're going to talk about the most obvious things everyone wants to know, right? When you're on stage, you need your blingy suit. Yeah, you need to be cute. Let me tell you something. That suit can run you anywhere from $200 all the way up to $1,500. The reason why it costs that much is because one is custom made, your suit is going to be tailor made to you. And number two, most likely that suit was hand stoned. Yes, the lady is going to, or guy, whoever, is going to hand stone it for you. It is going to take time, it's going to take manpower. And the more stones you have on your suit, the more expensive, obviously. So some ladies opt for a suit that's not too blingy. Some go all out, and that is because of presentation. You want to have a standout look, you want to be fierce, you want to be fabulous. So the more you're willing to invest in your suit, the blingier you're going to look, the more you stand out. Your suit is fire. Okay, so it's really up to you, but your suit can be from 200 all the way up to $1,500, and that's your suit alone. Then let's talk shoes. You're definitely going to need the clear heels. You see everybody in the clear heels unless you're doing physique or you're doing bodybuilding. You don't need shoes, you're barefoot. But for bikini, figure, wellness, all of those, fit body, whatever you're in, you're most likely going to need clear heels, and those will run you anywhere from $40 to $75. Again, depending on either how high they are or depending on how much rhinestones they have on them. Okay, so again, the shoes too are very blingy. They can have a little bit on it, and you can DIY it yourself. Let me tell you, you can go on Amazon and get the stones and do it yourself. But that's if you're that kind of person, or you will just buy the shoes as is. It can run you from $40 to $75 just for your show day shoes. You're also going to need jewelry, okay? So you need earrings. We don't usually do a necklace, but you need earrings, you need bracelets, and you need rings. And that can run you a set anywhere from $25 to $100. So you can buy them separately. You can find them at a beauty supply store, to be honest. You can find them on Amazon. There are ways to find your stuff cheaper, but you just want to make sure that they are blingy enough. You don't want to go on stage with some 99-cent earrings that do not shine in the light at all, and everyone else is fire and fierce, and you got the 99-cent girly, To be honest, I'm just being real with y'all. You want to spend a little bit of money, but at the same time, you want to be frugal. So that can run you, your whole set, jewelry set, can run you anywhere from $25 to $100. Then, of course, you have to get your nails done. Don't look at mine because I am almost to the show and my nails look very crusty and ill, but whatever. So I'm going to talk to you like this because now you're looking at my nails. But you need to get your nails done, honey. And it depends on what you're doing. Are you doing tips? Are you doing gel? Whatever. You know the nail prices. That's like you can go to any nail salon and get those prices. You can get a nail set for $40 all the way up to $150. It depends on what you're getting. Are you doing rhinestones? You don't have to. What's your vibe? So that's that. Y'all know about getting your nails done. And then, of course, again, the hair, it's a look. Like you have to have everything put together real nice. So I don't know if you're doing a wig or you're doing your lace front or you have your locks and you're going to do your lock style or you got your braids going. Whatever you're doing, that too is going to cost you some money unless you do your hair on your own, right? So I do my hair myself. Thank God. I'm going to have a video for you guys on that. That is going to be my get ready for world champs with me. But for those of you who do not do your own hair, of course, a hair appointment can run you these days anywhere from $75 like minimum to you doing the most. You want your hair to be grandiose. You could be paying up to like 200, 300, 400, whatever, right? These wigs be expensive. I wouldn't know that lifestyle, but I know y'all be spending money. So you gotta have fly hair. All in all, like I said, it's a look. Rounding out your look, you need your tanning products. So some people go to a tanning booth, whatever, a service, and I am not sure exactly what that costs. Maybe it could be around like $50 to $100, depending on how many times you have to go there to get tan. What I do is I buy Protan. Protan, oh hey, you need to sponsor me. But so I buy Protan. Protan bottles will run you about $50. Now it's so crazy. If you're getting your tanning products closer to the show, demand is high and they try to rape your pockets for some reason. It's crazy. One time I saw it, it was $90. That is wild, but I usually get mine off season when nobody cares about protein and I stock up so that I'm good. And it usually keeps. So around $50 or so, one bottle of base coat, one bottle of top coat usually lasts you all the way through like 2 to 3 shows. So you should be good with that. That's not extremely expensive. So that is your look. That is the obvious things that you see. Now, let's get more into the things that a lot of people don't think about. A lot of people don't think about bikini glue. You are going to need that. That is not that expensive, but it can be about $20. Your bikini is moving around. You definitely do not want side boob happening because you're in a side pose and your suit is like inching over here. So you need to glue your suit down, glue it onto your butt so you're not getting a wedgie. So that is also an expense. It is what it is. $20 for your bikini glue. And moving on to your groceries. Now, obviously, groceries are something that people buy all the time. Whether you're prepping or not, you're going to need food. But sometimes what happens when prep starts is you start buying specific foods. You're buying more meat, you're buying more fish consistently, or whatever you need, and that can add up. For me, groceries usually range anywhere from $40 to $80 a week. When you move on to a full prep, which for me would be 4 months, I usually take 16 weeks. Over that period, my groceries are anywhere from $600 to like $1,100, somewhere up in there. It really depends. There's a range, and that is totally up to you. Whatever you buy, what you need, you would multiply it by the number of weeks that you're prepping so you understand more of how much you're spending on food. As far as supplements for a full prep, you can expect to spend anywhere from like 100 to like 250. It really depends on what supplements are you taking, how much are they, how high grade are they, because lower grade supplements are definitely going to be cheaper. If you want something more potent, more high grade, that is going to be more expensive. Your supplements throughout your entire prep can range anywhere from, let's say, $150 to $250 upward to $300. So again, it depends on your fat burners, your fish oils, all of the things that you're taking and what specifically are you deciding to buy and what brands. Then, kind of like your supplements, there's your protein powders. That is also an expense. That adds up. Now, if you're getting all of your protein from your food, great. Most people don't. Most people are taking some form of shakes or ready-made protein drinks. So if you decide to do a protein powder and you're going straight through, let's say again, you're doing a prep like me, 4 months, 16 weeks, your protein can range anywhere from 150 to 250 for the entire 4 months. Okay, so you will have to re up monthly or whenever it runs out. And that's the range where I find myself spending on protein. Now, of course, it depends on what protein are you doing. Are you doing one that is cheaper at, GNC or so? Are you doing like a premium type of protein? It really depends. It can be anywhere. That's why I give you that range, right? Depends. Moving on to things that is more show specific, no matter what federation you are in, whether you are in INBF or you're an MPC or you're OCB, you will need to do a membership fee, right? You have to be a part of the federation. You need to be a member. So that is going to be a one-time fee. And usually it lasts for the year, or some federations, I don't know, different federations do it differently. So my federation, your membership depends on if you are an amateur or if you are a pro. Membership fees can range anywhere from $80 to $120. You pay that, you're good for the year. Now, just like the federation member fee, each show that you enter into, there's going to be a fee for the show, right? And remember our scenario, you're only doing one show. So we're gonna, for this purpose, assume that you're only paying one set of show fee. So again, depending on if you are amateur or you are a pro, the show fee can range anywhere from $70 up to $150, depending on how grand the show is, how big it is, where it is, right? All of those things play a role in how much the show is going to cost. Also, if you're doing one division, or are you doing two? Are you deciding to do figure and fit body, or are you doing bodybuilding and physique, or whatever, right? It just depends. You are going to pay more show fees because that would be called a crossover. So now your show fee for that day goes up depending on how many different divisions you want to do. Now, it depends on what federation you're in. If you're in a natural federation, that is actually natural, because some federations are natural. And I'm learning that they do not do polygraph testing. And obviously, if you are in a federation that is okay with drug use, they do not do polygraph testing. That is to make sure that you are actually natural, like you say you are. And I know for sure that my federation absolutely does polygraph test you. And your polygraph test is going to be $70 if you are in INBF, WNBF. And then you're definitely going to want to learn how to pose. So there's a lot of posing classes out there. Maybe in your area you have one that is in person, or you have one that is online. There is a lot of online people who can teach you how to pose for your division. So it really depends. Again, I'm going to give you a range, but you're definitely going to need to pose weekly. You should absolutely be posing at minimum once a week. Even if it's not with a coach, you should be practicing on your own. But let's say you're doing one weekly posing class every single week up until your show, and you're doing a 12 to 16 week prep, right? 3 to 4 months or so. That's minimum. Posing classes can cost you anywhere from $25 to $75. Over the course of your prep, your 12 to 16 week prep, around there, you can expect to pay anywhere from $300 up to $1,000 over the total time to learn how to pose, unless you have someone who can teach you for free, or worst case, you look it up yourself, which is always terrible, because you need a professional pair of eyes to let you know exactly the things that you need to fix. And you just will not be able to do that on your own, especially just coming into the sport and learning and trying to actually do well at a show. Then, very similarly to your posing classes, you should probably hire a coach. You should probably hire somebody to help you do your macros, to help you make sure that your look is on point, tweak things here and there, and have someone just closely monitor your prep period so that you are making the progress you're supposed to make, and you are on target to look amazing and look your best self on the day of your show. Coaching packages range. All right, you might get a coach who charges you $1,000 over your whole prep. Okay, great. you might be paying upwards of $3,000 for your prep. It really just depends on that specific coach. It depends on your federation, depends on how long you're prepping. It depends on what services they are giving you. Most likely, personal training per se is not really included in that. But again, it depends on what the coach sets. What are the services that they are including in their prep package? So you can pay anywhere from, let's say, on the cheaper end, you pay $1,000. I really don't see a coach prepping you for less than that unless you have a special deal with them, or it's someone you know, or someone who just wants to help you out. Then maybe you might find something much cheaper. But a good coach might start anywhere from $1,000 for the prep period up to three. So that brings us to a grand total ballpark of, on the lower end, you are probably looking to spend about 2,500 over your prep period. If you have 2,500 at minimum saved up that you are okay with throwing away, I'm trying this and yeah, let's go for it. This 2,500, I won't really miss it. It's okay, then you are good to go. You can be also paying upwards of $4,000 or even $5,000. Again, did you go expensive on your suit? How much are your prep fees for your coach? What supplements are you taking? What shows are you doing? Are you traveling to a show? Because then you need to include airfare or gas or hotel expenses. You need to think about all of these things. So prep can really range anywhere from $2,500 up to $5,000. It sounds super crazy, but this is what it is. Like I said, this is not a cheap sport at all by any means, but it is very much worth it, especially seeing your body transform, building that mental toughness, and just seeing that you met a strong goal, right? Because not everybody makes it to the stage, and that's just the reality of it. Either the journey was too tough, you don't have the discipline, or you don't have the funds, and that is okay. But just know this is not something that a lot of people are talking about. They talk about the glitz and the glam, and you see them on stage, and they're not talking about the journey, and they're definitely not talking about how it hurts your pockets. What are the financials, right? A lot of people are just not talking about it. So here it is. If you have any comments, questions, do you feel like I left something out and you want to know about it, drop it down in the comments below. I will be sure to answer you. But as always, you guys, make sure you are subscribed because content is coming. I am answering questions in the form of these videos. So it just really helps me in this YouTube world. If you are subscribed, you comment down below if you like the video, any questions, you like it, and you share with a friend who might also enjoy this, right? So as always, you know what I'm about to say. I love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my journey. See you later.